I started to wear my suit. But it occurred to me, I don't own a suit or a cell phone, and I've never turned on a computer in my 71 years on the earth. And someone said, how do you function without a cell phone and a computer? My answer is, very peacefully. I have enough troubles without one of those things. Health care. Big debate, Alabama. For the United States government, they're going to take your money to try to make sure 325 million people have health care insurance. We're already 20 trillion in the hole. You say, look, I didn't have any kind of health insurance for 50 years. None. You say, did your family have health care insurance, your mom and daddy or your kinfolk? We never heard of that. You say, well, what if something had happened? It didn't. But look, you know why you shouldn't get too concerned about Obamacare or whatever they replace it with, if they replace it? You know why you shouldn't get all excited? Alabama, any kind of health care you get, it's not going to keep you out of a 6-foot hole. Right? What if we're all going into a 6-foot hole anyway, with or without health care? You're like, they make it slow it down maybe and give you a few more years. You say, the dude is saying, I'm going to die. Therefore, why don't you all invest in eternal health care? Hey, it's already been paid for. Won't cost you a dime. Your body will be resurrected from the grave. I'm like, how much does that cost me? He said, it's already been paid for. I'm going with eternal health care. Look, if this book is true, I will, if I get ailments, I will say, Lord, help me with this ailment. And if you don't, and you take me now, thank you for that resurrection. That's one. Two is the 10 Commandments. Now, Alabama, I'm a C+ man. I feel pretty good about it. You say, C+? I'm smarter than half of them. I'm not a rocket scientist. But listen, I'll start with number 5. Children, honor your father and mother. Now let's see. I noticed something. They got on Judge Rory Moore. What in the world, putting your 10 Commandments in the courthouse? Well, we got to get them out of. You can't put the 10 Commandments in a courthouse so everybody can see them. We'll take your job unless you haul those things out. So number 5 says, children, honor your father and mother. Well, I've noticed, Alabama, when children do not honor their father and mother, and they drive too fast, they get commode-hugging drunk, they tear up people's property, and the laws catch them, guess where they end up? At the courthouse. You're like, huh. Number 6, don't murder. You want to try that one on? You say, when they catch me, I'm going to go to the courthouse. Yeah. Don't commit adultery. Now, gentlemen, if your woman catches you with another woman, there's a pretty strong possibility you may have a court date coming up. I'm just saying. Let's see. Don't steal. You burglarize someone's home. You rob a bank. Here comes the laws. You say, where do they take those? Courthouse. Don't lie. What did they do to old Martha Stewart? She got $1 billion. You say, what happened to her when she lied to the feds? Courthouse. Don't covet. You spend more than you have, Alabama. You get to where you can't pay your bills. You say, what in the world happened? Well, bankruptcy. Well, go down to the courthouse. So look, I'm a C-plus man, little redneck here out of Louisiana. If you're going to end up at the courthouse for violating the Ten Commandments, that may be a pretty good place to put them. I'm just saying. I have to read you this. Make sure every last one of you, whatever it takes, get off your rump and vote. Make sure you cast your vote. You tell everybody you know, better get down there and vote. I'm going to read to you why. Roy Moore's a godly man, or I wouldn't be here. This text comes from a writing to the Roman Empire. I don't know why I'm holding this Bible in my hand. I just want you to know it's a text. I'll just quote it. Since they did not think it worthwhile to retain the knowledge of God, he gave them over to a depraved mind to do what ought not to be done. They become filled with every kind of wickedness, evil, greed, and depravity. It sounds like America, doesn't it? I'm quoting what the Apostle Paul said 2,000 years ago. They are full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, malice. They tell me that you get a lot of that stuff via the internet. Is that true? Yeah. Duh. They are gossips, slanderers, God haters, insolent, arrogant, boastful. They invent ways of doing evil. Remember, as soon as you get God out of your psyche, He's giving you a list after list after list after list of what people do. They invent ways of doing evil. They are senseless. That's why when you look on our streets in America and you see people running around with signs on top of their head, they're all puffed up, you know, won't even acknowledge the flag of the United States of America, the national anthem. You say, what in the world's going on? They're senseless, faithless, no Jesus, heartless, ruthless. When a nation slaughters its offspring, 1 million a year, they always collapse. Those nations do. You can't do that. Although they know God's righteous decree that those who do all those things I just listed, they deserve death. They not only do these things, but they approve of those who practice them. Alabama, we better get a godly man in the White House, because we are running out of godly men. I'll leave you with this. Those 10 commandments, they trump politics, pun intended.
We will make America great again.